Hello humans, welcome to my world of stuff. My name is Paul Mount. An unexpected video for you today, Saturday afternoon. Hope you're enjoying your Saturday. It's a foul and lousy day today, raining, pouring, getting a bit colder again. But I ventured out today, picked up a new piece of Doctor Who merchandise, which I think will be of interest to you all. First of all, though, apologies, it's been drawn to my attention, and I sort of noticed it, but hadn't noticed it, is that one of my previous videos, I think it's the Planet of the Apes updatey thing, was very blurred. I hadn't noticed it when I was filming it. I went to film something last night, I think it was the Uncharted review, and I noticed the camera was very blurry again. It was something as simple as the camera lens on my phone being a bit mucky. So apologies for those of you who struggled through that video. I know it wasn't particularly easy to get through because it had that sort of haze over it. So apologies for that. Hopefully things are better with this one. Yep, so it's new Doctor Who merchandise. And today I picked up this little fella from B&M Bargains. So Doctor Who fans will know B&M have taken up the mantle of Doctor Who 5-inch action figures that were so popular when Doctor Who came back in 2005. Literally could move for the things in Woolworths, Toys R Us, anywhere that sold toys had racks and racks of these Doctor Who things, Asda and so on. Of course, Woolworths is no longer with us. Toys R Us no longer with us, and by and large, 5-inch action figures no longer with us. The action figure market seems to have shrunk over the last few years. Even the most popular properties don't sell figures the way they used to because tastes have moved on. Character were the company who had the license for those Doctor Who figures, and they created some really nice plastic action figures. I think Eagle Moss, with the figures that they do in a collection, have surpassed them now in terms of absolute quality. But Character options are still going, and they have sort of an exclusive deal with B&M Bargains, which for those of you who are not in the UK is a discount chain. There's a few of them in Britain: Poundland, Pound Stretcher, Home Bargains. They sell cheap domestic goods and bits and pieces and toys and things. But B&M do this exclusive range of Doctor Who figures, which you can only get in B&M. You can't get them online. And they've done them for a few years now, and they've done some very nice little figures. The only downside is very often, because they're so exclusive, it's sometimes very hard to find them. Scalpers have been known to rush to the shops and just scoop up everything that's on the shelves, which I think is a shame for people who just want to collect these very nice little figures. I just read this week that this particular figure was in one store. Somebody came in and just picked up all 10 that were in there, and presumably they're all on eBay now. It's a shame. I understand eBay trading, it's sort of easy money, but people want these figures, and it's just a shame that B&M's distribution model with Character is purely for their stores. I don't know what the solution is. I think that it's become a bit of a sport for a lot of Doctor Who fans when these things are actually released to traipse around and try and find them, and there is that sort of moment of triumph when you actually see these things on the shelves. This is the latest wave anyway, which has just come out this week. I believe there's this one. There's also, they're doing a History of the Daleks set, which are the Daleks from every different story on television. I think they've reached Planet of the Daleks. Set I would probably have got if I'd found it, but I wasn't able to find it, unfortunately. So I just popped into my local B&M this morning and picked up this baby. This is, of course, Tom Baker, the 4th Doctor, in his regalia of his scarf and his very screen-accurate costume for that story, and the K1 robot, which was the his main adversary in that story, which was broadcast from December the 28th, 1974, and then into 1975. It was Tom Baker's first story and created a whole new era in Doctor Who's success story. So I got this figure today. What I'm going to do is open it up and we'll see what it's actually like. So let's have a look at the Doctor and K1. Right, looking at the packaging then, first of all, as I said, you've seen the figures. There they are, looking very nice. On the back of the packaging, you've again got images of the figures themselves, and there's a little sort of breakdown of the story. Pretty much breakdown of the whole story, but I haven't read that yet. But it's a nice little bit of background to the story and the characters. And it's got that familiar sort of the Doctor Who logo and all the information that you could possibly need. Let's open up the box then and see what this thing's actually like. Nicely sealed with a little bit of sort of tape at the top. It's not easy to get open, but I will persevere. I don't need the murdering scissors for this one. I shall persevere getting this tape off. Right, here we go. Right, that's that bit of tape off. There's actually quite a lot of tape around this, so what I think I'll do, I will just take the tape off and show you when the tape is all off. Okay, and we're back in the room. I've taken the other bits of tape off from the side, so now the top of it, I'll just angle you up again. The top of it opens up fairly nicely, and the whole thing should now, hopefully, there we are, just slides out of the box rather nicely. Put the box to one side, and there's the figures, neatly displayed, nicely stashed away. Interestingly, the robot has actually got a model of the disintegrator gun that was used in the story. Now, this figure, I remember this was actually released by Character Options back in the day when they were doing their classic, their new Doctor Who figures. They branched into doing classic figures, and they did the robot, but to collect the robot you had to buy 5 or 6 different sets, and you got a piece of the robot every time. So you got the head, you got the body, you got the gun, and if you bought all those figures you managed to piece them all together. I did do that and actually had the figure, but before I moved I got rid of a lot of the plastic figures, because I think the Eaglemoss figures are more collectible. These are, at the end of the day, they're sort of toys, nice as they are, but the figures, the Eaglemoss figures, really are very nicely put together pieces. Now, I don't know if this is stuck in here. I would imagine there's some sort of tape keeping the figures in. Yes, there's little tags on the side, which I will clip off now. Right, I've taken the actual whole plastic thing now out of the box. Tags, you'll see, are at the back of the figures there. They do sort of unfurl. There's sort of those plastic tags that wind, but I'm not going to bother with that. I'm just going to clip them off with the scissors, and the same with K1 here. K1, incidentally, in case you weren't aware, is not related in any way to K9, who appeared shortly afterwards in Doctor Who. I mean, you can't complain about the way that they put these things, down there, the way they package these things. They're very, very safe and secure. Almost too safe and secure. Magnus arrived, by the way. He's coming out to play. Got to be very careful, because at the end of the day, these are fairly cheaply produced plastic figures, so you've got to be careful with how you look at them. In fact, there's a little bit of tape around the gun. I mean, you can't really complain about the packaging. They're very well packaged. Some might say too well packaged. I could possibly come up with more taper on the bottom. I know you can't see what I'm doing at the moment, but we will get there. He's coming out slowly but surely. Oh, wow. Right. God, this stuff is very, very secure. And there's a little bit on the Doctor's. Right, there we are. Okay. Woo! Okay, the Doctor has emerged from his confinement in the box. Let's get all the crap out. Yeah, nice figure of Tom Baker as the Doctor, of course. For many people, still the classic image of the classic Doctors. There he is in his little fedora hat, the scarf, the red costume the red jacket that he wore in his early days. Articulates as well. Arms articulate, legs articulate, so you can put him in a variety of poses should you wish. What you do in your private life is entirely up to you. And there we are, it's Tom Baker. It's a nice little figure. You can see that his hand is in sort of a grasping position there for a sonic screwdriver. I think when this figure, because this figure of Tom Baker has been released before, I don't know if there's any tweaks to it, but there was a sonic screwdriver prop with it originally, which I believe there isn't this time. No, there isn't. So if you've got a small sonic prop hanging around somewhere, you could dig that out. The robot is a little harder to get out. Oh, there's more clips on the back. Oh, okay. Really is very, very secure around the leg area. What did you do with your Saturday afternoon? I watched a bloke on YouTube taking plastic robots out of boxes. Well, it's something to do, isn't it? Right, hang on. They really have gone all out with this thing. I really don't want to pull it out because it's securing here. Oh he's getting there. It's just the feet that are very, very secure indeed. I can't quite figure out what they've done now. What I'm going to do, to save you watching me fumbling with sellotape, I'm going to get him out of the box and come back to you. And we're back again. Well, again, kudos to Character Options for really putting that thing securely in place. What it was, the little tags were tied very securely around the legs, and you had to pull them out through the slots in the plastic to get at the actual thing. So there he is, K1 robot. Looks a bit sort of floppy actually, which is a bit unusual, but he does stand up quite nicely, as you can see. So he does stand well, and he's nicely articulated actually at the waist. You can turn him. This is actually nice because the Eagle Moss figure, of course, is a statuette type thing, but this is a posable thing. Yeah, this is actually a rather nice little figure. As I say, twists and turns, move the arms to lift the disintegrator gun, the head turns. So yeah, it's very nice figure, very screen accurate. And I do have a certain fondness for the robot because obviously it was Tom Baker's first story. Whilst that isn't in itself a fantastic story, it's set Doctor Who off on a new path of success that the like of which it had never seen really, popular as it had been in the past. Tom Baker really took it to new heights. And this is a really nicely designed figure. I mean, you'd have seen the story. I love the way it sort of pivots at the waist. That's really very nice. And yet, when it stands, it sort of is secure. That's very nice. Very pleased with that. So, yeah, there we are. It's K1 Robot and Tom Baker, the Fourth Doctor, in the new B&M sets, which are available now, if you can find them. Right, thank you for watching. I do apologise for the faffing about, getting these things in the box, but it ain't easy. If you hope you get some luck in finding these figures if you're after them. Also, the Dalek ones, I'd quite like to get those, because who doesn't like a Dalek? Hope you've enjoyed this little video. If you have, give me the thumbs up. Come on, like and subscribe, leave a comment down below, and until I see you next time, you gotta keep taking this stuff.